Welcome back to my nightmare. Let's revisit some of my top 3 unfinished objects, or UFOs. With an honorable mention for this one, which came in at number 4, was a vintage dress I was going to DIY. I put it to pieces. I don't even have... This is as far as the footage got. This is all I have of it. So anyway, first of my top 3, in the third place spot, I suppose, every single year at Halloween, I get tagged in these spray paint DIY t-shirts from Dollar Tree, and absolutely, of course, I want to make one for you guys, except for the fact that literally everyone else always makes this DIY. I mean, if you have a DIY channel, you've done this project for a video, and it just never really, I never finished it. Like, I went through all the trouble of spray painting the shirt, and I was going to use the spray painted piece as a back patch on something, and I just never put the patch on anything. So this has a lot of footage. It goes through my preferred method of painting shirts. I like to mix fabric medium. I think it's by the Deco brand. I'm not quite sure. It's in the video. I like to mix fabric medium, some water, and paint to a spray bottle, and that's how I do the sprayed graphic thing. I used to actually, I wanted to do it with this specific stencil because I used to sell cameo necklaces on Etsy, and this was the design. We called it like the Dead Pride and Prejudice, like Dead Elizabeth Bennet cameo, or something like that, like Dead Jane Austen. I don't remember, but it was something like that. I will say this, reviewing this footage has taught me to mention that newsprint pads, like pads of newsprint paper or packing paper, it's like one of the best craft things you can just keep on hand, because I'm using it to stuff the shirt so the paint doesn't bleed. I'm using it to test the spray of the like how it sprays on the fabric. Like, honestly, this pack of newsprint my mom bought me has done some really good work, but this is a UFO. Never got to video. For this one, this was super frustrating. I wanted to make a dress with a removable collar that was in cow print, and I only had enough actual cow print fabric to make the collar. So what did I think I was going to do? I thought I was going to hand paint the fabric with cow print because I was inspired by Blueprint DIY, because everything Angelina does is freaking amazing. And she did a pair of jeans that were cow print, and I thought I could do. I can't finish it. If it's a sewing project and it's going to take me more than one day lately, for some reason, I absolutely have trouble finishing it. Here you can see, though, I got almost the whole way done. Like, it's so close to being done, and I gave up because the paper was sticking to the fabric, as you can see, and it was hard to gather because the fabric was stiff because of the paint. Paint DIYs is what we're learning is just not really in my wheelhouse. So for that reason, this is number 2, things I will never finish, but I started to finish for you guys. Yeah, it was so hard to sew this, and it's in dress form. I literally just have to finish painting the spots, but I don't want it anymore. Is that bad? It's so bad. Ugh, it turned out like I need a redo. I need to go buy some actual cow print fabric and just redo the project. So coming up in our number 3, like number 1 spot, third project, but the regret that I have with this project is ridiculous as I'm sitting here pleating this fabric. So back in the day, I used to make dolls more than I made clothes. That's what I used to do. I was a doll maker, and when I was little, and I have a background in making dolls. So for Christmas one year, I wanted to make my friend dolls of the Good Omens characters that we were cosplaying as. And I was making a video for y'all to show the process. I used the dolphin wing pattern. The pattern was super awesome to follow. But I made a fatal error in assuming I could make it out of fleece, which I should have known better, and just interface it. And that's how I can make it. It was hard to sew. I had I almost broke my walking foot trying to sew this fabric. And then I got COVID and I got really worn out. I think a lot of you might remember I didn't post for 6 months because COVID just kicked my butt. So I have a ton of footage, but in recent moving / cleaning out things, I don't know that this is going to be a project I finish. I may just have to like make them in my style, because I will admit I was trying to make them look like Funko Pop dolls, because we had seen like a pair that we really liked that looked super cuddly, and this is not how I would have made a doll. Like, I am much more of a rag doll maker than a soft plushie maker. So for that reason, it was so hard. You can see how thick it is. Even with the interfacing, this fabric was horrible, like a horrible choice. And I did get almost all the way done. So please stay tuned. You only have 2 more minutes left to see what they almost could have looked like. The idea was there. I was really proud of the faces, which were all sewn on and cute. And an hour of this footage was just me threading my machine, by the way. I'm not going to lie. The hair was just all individual pieces that I had like sketched out. Yeah, it was gonna be so good. Like, I was very excited to give this to her for Christmas, and then literally got COVID and just couldn't finish them. It took so much, like, for me to finish these dolls, and I just can't. It's not, my heart's not in it. I think I'm gonna make a pair of shelf-sitting dolls, though, because I still want Crowley and Aziraphale to be looking over me as I make poor life choices. I think they would like that too, but definitely it needs to be a different version of the dolls, because this is just not how they were supposed to turn out. I mean, they look good. There's nothing wrong with them. They turned out how they were supposed to turn out, but like, I can't bring myself to do the finishing work. It was so much. It was so hard. And here's a picture of the Crowley face, which was cute. Look, it's so cute. And then Aziraphale's little face. But I just could not. So enjoy a snake in my boot. And that is my top 3 unfinished projects. Please make sure to check out my book on Amazon. Or don't. I'm not your mom. And remember to go outside and take care of yourself. Bye.